Hello, and thanks for joining this Take It Easy webinar. Now, this should have been a live broadcast, live streaming the other day, but unfortunately, my computer had that horrible blue screen. You know, the dreaded blue screen? It suddenly, partway through the webinar, it suddenly crashed. So I had to do it in two parts with about 30 minutes gap in the middle, which wasn't ideal. So I thought I'd do it again, brand new. So here we go. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and hopefully you'll be able to see that right now, which you can, yes. And we're going to talk about how to identify fake links in your text messages. You know, those text messages when you receive a text and at the bottom there's a link, and that link looks a bit suspicious, but you are never sure. Is it a genuine text message? Is it really from your bank or from your phone company? Well, we don't know for sure. So this is how we're going to find out whether some of those links are fake. And let's do that. So I'm just going to click my fingers and disappear, and we'll walk through this these slides I've got for you here. Okay, so obviously the text message has got authentic written all over it. The scammer tries to make sure of that, but in reality there's a fake stamp on it. Okay, here's the text message, a sample one. This is definitely fake. I know that because I wrote it just as an example. It isn't an actual text message. But it says, "Congratulations, you have won a cruise on P&O. Click the link to register and claim your prize." And the URL is scammercruises.com/let me raid your bank account. Now, obviously that is easy to spot, but no scammer is going to make it that easy for you. But even if the URL was something totally different, there are other clues to look for in the actual wording of the text message. So everything doesn't appear quite the way it might look on the surface. So you've got to look a little bit deeper. So let's do that. Let's have a look and find out what is wrong with this. Okay, for a start, there's no gap between the words. Usually you'll find these sort of things. It's in the English, the punctuation, the grammar, the spelling. Here we have no gap. Clue number one. Clue number two. P&O, the very popular cruise company, is in lowercase. Now, P&O would never do that. They pride themselves in being professional, authentic, and looking good. So they would never have a lowercase P&O. It would always be capital letters. So there's another clue. Claim your price. Well, the only price you might find would be the price you would pay if you allow the scammers to access your bank account, if you give them your details. So they will claim the price and you won't get a prize. One more little clue. 1:30 in the morning. The real P&O would never text you at 1:30 in the morning to wake you from your slumber to tell you you've won a prize. Nope, they wouldn't. Somewhere in the world, wherever the scammer lives, it's their daytime, and they don't know where you live. They've just got a phone number that they're going to send a text message to. So they don't know, they don't care. They're just going to send it. P&O would make sure that they don't send it to you at 1:30 in the morning to wake you up. So there's another little clue. Now, talking about text messages, you've probably heard of the company T-Mobile. Well, in Huddersfield, in Yorkshire, in England, they don't call it T-Mobile. They call it Yorkshire T-Mobile. I suppose you've got to be British to understand that. So apologies if you're somewhere else in the world. It's a British joke. But anyway, let's move on to another famous telecoms company, EE. Now, if you received a text message from EE and they said, we want you to top up your account or give us your details because we want to pay you some money. You've got some money coming your way. So just go to this website address. Would you? Does it look real? Does it look authentic? Well, it could be because it's got EE in it, but it isn't. It's a fake. Because if you go to the website, you'll find that they don't have that on the website. And if you ring them up, they'll confirm it. So that is a scam made to look like it's from EE. What about this one? ee.com.payments.ee-online-payment.com. Well, it looks authentic because it starts with ee.com. Isn't that the EE website? Well, they might use that. But let me tell you what to look for. Wherever the / is in a website address, look just to the left of that, to the final .com. Well, in this one, we don't have a /, but if we did, it would be right at the end of this. And then maybe you'd get a code after it. So it would be just there. Okay. .com /. So look at that final .com before the / and find out what's just before it. In which case we have here our ee-onlinepayment.com. So we know that that is the domain name and that is a fake one. Because the actual ee.com is right at the beginning in what we call a subdomain. This one here is the main domain name, the one right at the end. These are subdomains. So, from that, it's fake. And if you're ever in doubt, go to the website. Just do a search on Google and you'll find that it's actually ee.co.uk. None of those that we looked at. Somebody sent me a text once and they said, whoever invented autocorrect should burn in hello. And then they sent me another one and said, there's a special place reserved for them in Hull. Now this text is definitely a fake. It was sent to our friend Michelle, and at the beginning it looked authentic. She thought it was, but thankfully she realised it wasn't and she didn't click on it. And she sent it to me to use tonight as an illustration. And it says, your parcel is being held at our depot due to an unpaid £2.70 shipping fee. Please pay the fees before Monday, the 1st of March 2021. Otherwise, the parcel will be returned to sender. And then it's got the royalmail.com website address. So that looks authentic, doesn't it? Except, remember what I said about sometimes the English isn't quite right? Well, look at this. Please pay the fees before Monday, the 1st of March 2021. Otherwise, the parcel. No full stop, no capital letter. They've missed it out, haven't they? So there's a little telltale sign. Otherwise, the parcel will be returned to sender. They've missed out the article. So either they are Elvis Presley fans, return to sender. Okay, sorry, I won't sing anymore. Or they don't realise that there should be the word the in there. obviously English perhaps isn't their first language. So there are some little clues there. But this one here, this looks authentic, doesn't it? royalmail.com. But it isn't. It's a hoax. It's an elaborate hoax. It's a fake. And here's how you could find out whether it's real or not. What you do is you copy that text message and you paste it into Word. So here we go with our little bit of Sherlock Holmes. There, I've pasted it into Word. Now I can hear what you're saying. How on earth do I copy a text message on my phone and paste it into Word on my computer? Well, one way you can do it is copy it from your text message and paste it into an email and email it to yourself. Pick up that email on your computer. Or you could perhaps use a word processor on your phone. Lots of them have them nowadays. Whatever way, just copy it into some sort of word processor, whether it's Word or OpenOffice or whatever, and have a look at it. And here you can see very clearly that it is royalmail.com. However, if I change the font to Times New Roman, now we can see that it isn't actually royalmail.com. What we thought was a lowercase l in royal and mail is actually a capital I. It actually says royalmail.com. Wow, how scheming is that? How cunning. Wow, what a fraud. So that's the way to do it. Check it in Arial and then check it in Times New Roman. Of course, a little easy dodge is just simply copy it into Notepad. And Notepad tells you straight away that it's royalmail.com. Now, you might think at this stage, well, that's interesting, but I'd like to find out a little bit more about this URL, the domain name, and maybe a bit about the person, and hopefully get it reported and get his website taken down. Well, here's what you can do to do that. Do a search on Google for WHOIS. Yep, all one word, WHOIS. It genuinely is a real facility. There are a few websites around. This one's my favourite, whois.domaintools.com. But just Google search and you'll find one, WHOIS. And when you're there, type into the little search box the name of the website. So you don't need to put in all that code and everything, and just type in the royalmail.com. That's all you need to put in and hit the search button. And when you've done that, it will come up with something like this. Now, there is quite a bit of techie stuff, especially further down the page. You don't need to know anything about that. What is useful, though, is just a few things on here you'll find very handy to know, such as the date when this domain name was registered. So Royal Mail, that pretended to be royalmail.com, was only registered 70 days ago. Now, I took this screenshot a few days ago, so it'll be 70 odd days now. But my memory, if it's correct, seems to remember that Royal Mail was established in the 1800s. Was it 1860 something? I don't know, but it certainly wasn't 70 days ago. So you know for a fact that that is fake. Something else. You know, it was registered with a company called Namecheap. So if you want to report this to Namecheap, just send them an email at abuse@namecheap.com and say, "Oi, this guy is trying to scam me. Can you sort it out, please?" Here's something interesting. You know how they just rearrange the letters to make it look like Royal Mail? Well, they've rearranged the letters again here to make this registration look respectable. It's the WHOIS record for Roy A. Marley. RoyAMarley.com. Whoa, what a con! What a con! I mean, trying to make that look respectable. Oh, and by the way, he lives in Panama. Now, the first bit that we did, I've already written a blog post about it, and you can find that here. How to identify fake links in your text messages. You probably recognise the picture from right at the beginning of this webinar. But you can read that if you want to read it again. That's on my Take It Easy Workshop.co.uk website. Just head over there, click on blog, and you'll be able to read that. I'll also be putting this video into a blog post on the website as well, so you'll be able to catch that there as well, if you're not already watching it on there, of course. Now, what can you do if you've already been scammed? What about if the scammers have caught you out? If you've accidentally clicked on something and you've entered your details? Well, Action Fraud want to hear from you, because they might be able to help you. They might be able to do something about it. They might be able to get your money back. Who knows? But it's a police department. It's been especially set up for fraud and cyber crime, for reporting that. Now, you might think, well, I'll report this scam as well. If you've determined that it's definitely a scam, let them know, because the more information they have, the more they can crack down on this sort of fraud. So it's called Action Fraud, and that's the website where you can find them. And again, I've just listed the WHOIS website where I do my WHOIS searches. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you got quite a bit of benefit from it. And remember, any questions at all, just hop over to the website and you could post the questions in the comments just below where this is going to be, and hopefully we can get those answered. So thanks for joining me. Just before I go, just want to let you know that something terrible happened the other day. No, apart from the blue screen, of course, the Microsoft blue screen when my computer crashed, something terrible happened. I fell asleep on my smartphone. It was my own fault, really, because I'd installed a nap. A nap, yes, okay. I'm really sorry about the jokes. Okay, until next time, hope you can join me on the next webinar. I shall let you know when that is on social media, and whichever way you find us, I'll put the word out about it. Hopefully not too long. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks for watching all the way through to the end. Hope you got some benefit from it. Hope you never suffer from fraud, but at least now you know the sort of things to look for to find out if it's a scam link. So thanks again, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.